Hey guys, it's Nol-D, and today
The company is hired.
we're going to check out 6 games if you like Lethal Company and wanted more. Lethal Company is one of those rare genre-defining games that blew up despite being an indie game. It was developed by a one-man army named Zeekers that proved passion and hard work can create a truly awesome game. The main gameplay loop is easy to understand, but it doesn't hold your hand at all.
Don't touch me.
You visit different moons, collect space garbage, and sell them back to your company till you hit your quota every 3 days. If you reach your goal, you get the prize of not dying. Yippee! Isn't that fun?
You sure about that?
I've spent hours playing with friends, random players, and even solo. But of course, after sinking so much time into it, I started wondering if there were other games like Lethal Company out there. And well, that's how we ended up here. Starting with Content Warning, released last April, this game puts its own quirky spin on the horror genre with a goofy art style. Like Lethal Company, it's packed with creepy, unsettling elements, but it has a unique twist. The gameplay revolves around venturing into the old world to film bizarre entities or strange events. The weirder the footage, the more views you get, which means more money to buy better equipment and become the top vlogger on SpookTube. You can customize your character, and there are plenty of tools to make your videos stand out. You have a limited oxygen supply, so you need to make every footage count before you head back. In my honest opinion, the loop here wasn't as fun playing on your own, but it's definitely worth playing with your friends.
Have your space travels grown stale?
Sketchy's contract has been in early access since April last year, and it's already shaping up to be a great Lethal-like. In this game, you and up to 7 friends play as travelers navigating through an asteroid belt. Yes, that's what it says here. It shares some similarities with Subnautica in terms of game assets and interface, but it also stands out as the most beautiful looking game on this list. Unlike Lethal Company, Sketchy's contract lets you vote on whether to stay or leave after each run. If you decide to stick out until midnight, you get better loot, but the difficulty turns up to 11, so you'll need a strategy to survive and make your decision to stay count. You and your crew will explore exotic planets, scavenging materials, and hunting for loot. Some enemies can also be killed, and you can bring their bodies to your ship. Oh, and you can also own a pet, which is awesome. You'll also be able to modify your suit to match your playstyle, plus each map has security levels you can unlock through exploration. The higher the security, the better the loot. This might be my favorite on the list. As someone who's a big fan of retro looking games, Kletka definitely caught my attention. It's like a retro version of Lethal Company, but with some seriously unique mechanics that set it apart. In Kletka, your main mode of transportation is this weird looking elevator. As you can see, there's like a mouth at the ceiling. You also need to put fuel or feed the elevator so it doesn't eat you.
What?
Each floor has loot, traps, and anomalies to deal with. The floors are randomly generated, so you'll never know what to get every time. Oh yeah, and by the way, bottles act as both currency and tools. You'll use them to buy gear, disarm traps, and survive the horror lurking below. You also have the option to switch to third-person view, which adds a whole new perspective. There's some pop culture references here and there, so there's like a fun element while running for your life. And by the way, this actually has an ending. But like I said, the floors are randomly generated, so we're not sure on when it's gonna be the last floor. The game also supports up to 6-player co-op, which means you no longer need to leave other people in your group chat. I'm definitely curious to jump in and see how Kletka stacks up against the other games in this list. Released in early access last June, Pilgrim has a medieval setting that feels fresh and full of adventure. Plus, there's a lot more to come as the game gets updated. You play as a chosen pilgrim exploring a vast medieval world. Your wagon is powered by crystals and you'll need to keep it fueled as you travel deeper into the land, facing challenges and uncovering secrets. Unlike Kletka where you dive deep, or Lethal Company and Sketchy's Contract where you're hopping around different parts of the solar system, Pilgrim tells you to. The game offers a sandbox-ish experience. There are wide open sections to explore, loads of secrets to find, and plenty of spaces to get lost in. If you like medieval fantasy with a bit of freedom while keeping that Lethal Company flavor, Pilgrim is worth checking out. Released this December, Murky Divers is like Subnautica meets Lethal Company, and trust me, it's as intense as it sounds. The game is all about teamwork, with up to 8 players teaming up to explore the deep ocean.
I am under the water.
The more players you have, the more your submarine changes to adapt to your team size, making it a dynamic experience every time you play. You and your team are tasked with collecting corpses or parts of them to cover up the PharmaCorp's failed experiments. Your submarine is literally your lifeline in this game. It's the most important tool you have for surviving the depths and navigating the eerie ocean. Honestly, I can't play it because of my fear of the deep water. I tried Subnautica once, and after going a few feet underwater, I got really anxious. It wasn't even that deep.
That's what she said!
But if you're not like me, you should try Murky Divers. It looks great, and if you're okay with the deep sea, it'll be a great ride. Or dive. If Cloverfield was made into a game, it would probably look like Headliners. Releasing January 30th, this 4-player co-op game throws you into the dangerous abandoned streets of New York, where you and your team of journalists have one goal: make headlines. Similar to Content Warning, you'll be recording footage and snapping photos, but with much more intense and chaotic backdrop. Enter buildings, explore dark alleys, and look for stuff that can be part of the news, all while trying to survive. It's the perfect blend for survival, exploration, and storytelling, with plenty of suspense to keep you on edge. Helldrill takes you deep underground to explore tight, dark cave systems. You're going to find rare materials which you could use to upgrade your gear and survive as you go deeper. The trailer doesn't reveal much, but from what I've seen, it definitely gives off a strong feeling of claustrophobia. The tight spaces and dark environments are sure to make you feel trapped as you go deeper. I'm also curious how the game will let us explore. Are we just going straight down? Or can we dig sideways to find more stuff? And is there a map, or do we have to trust our instincts to figure out the best way to go? It's set to release sometime in 2025, but no specific date has been given yet. Tell me, what games are you excited to play, and if you like this video, please subscribe and click the bell icon to keep you notified on my latest vids. Okay, great. Bye.